Hello and welcome to the Network Professor, a series of podcasts hosted by me, Glyn Jones, Product Manager at Hughes Europe. Hello and welcome to the second series of podcasts in brief, brought to you by me, Glyn Jones, Product Manager at Hughes Europe. As I sit here recording this podcast, it is early January 2025. And certainly here in the UK, the weather is cold. In places, there's snow on the ground, though the reported extreme weather event hasn't quite hit us here in North Buckinghamshire, unless you call a few centimetres of snow, which quickly turned into slush, extreme. I mention this as we Brits do have a reputation for discussing the weather, and what we may consider extreme is commonplace for the whole of the winter months for some countries. It's all about perspective. If you normally only have snow for a few days of the year, then anything more than a light dusting may be considered extreme. Conversely, if you get tens of centimetres of snow which sits around for a couple of months, then this is your norm and you're geared up accordingly to live through it. What does this have to do with networking, you may ask? Well, it is much about taking a look at different people's perspective, how they deal with their needs and how they plan accordingly to deal with the expected and hopefully some of the unexpected. If you consider the needs of people dealing with the cold weather, they're very similar wherever you live. Keeping warm, keeping fed, and achieving your daily business. The level of preparedness and how you achieve these needs, though, will vary depending on the size of the impact of the weather on these needs. If you now consider the needs of a network, very simplistically they are to get data between 2 points, and to do it securely, and to help achieve your business goals. Whilst every company will have similar needs of their network, how they achieve this will vary depending on their particular perspectives on each of these needs. If you look at the UK, most people don't have a snowblower in their garage at home, just on the off chance that we may have a couple of feet of snow. Yet you go to some snowy regions of Canada, and I'll bet you there'll be towns that have more snowblowers than the whole of the UK combined, because they know that in midwinter they'll be clearing the sidewalk of snow every day. In the same way, in a small retail store that may only turn over a few £1,000s a week, they may not have a pressing need to have a secondary and even a tertiary service to back up their primary network connection. If their network fails for a few hours or more, it's not the end of the world. Yet for a large retail store turning over multi-million pounds a week, a few hours of network outage is majorly impacting and could be considered as an extreme event. As I said, it's all about perspective. So what has this all got to do with what we can expect to see in 2025? Well, one of the things that will still be considered critical is the ability to still pass data from A to B in the event of something extreme happening. To achieve this, we have to look at how we can be best prepared and how we can take the services we have available and use them effectively and efficiently. During 2024, we have seen a huge growth in low Earth orbit satellite services, and in 2025, this growth is not going to diminish. As a fully diverse solution from a traditional terrestrial service, providing similar levels of service, bandwidth and latency, it will ensure that in the event of a major failure of the local terrestrial network, your site will still remain connected. Another big growth area for 2025, of which LEO satellites are a subset of, is Wireless WAN. Wireless WAN will unlock unmatched connectivity solutions, allowing you to say goodbye to coverage gaps and hello to seamless connectivity, anytime, anyplace, anywhere. Reminds me of that 80s advert again. Wireless WAN combines the power of advanced wireless technologies like 4G, 5G and microwave networks with the unparalleled reach of satellite communications, including GEO satellites and cutting-edge LEO solutions. With Wireless WAN, you can stay connected in the most remote locations across the globe where terrestrial networks just aren't available, providing a robust hybrid network that adapts to your business needs, ensuring mission-critical operations never miss a beat. Additionally, two acronyms which, whilst not new, we will hear more about throughout 2025 are CAS, or Connectivity as a Service, and NAS, Network as a Service. In short, there are two ways to help provide flexibility in how you consume network services, both of which I'll talk about in more depth in a future podcast. Well, we have the whole of 2025 ahead of us to look forward to and to try and make a difference. Though, as per my comment at the beginning of the last podcast, what happened to 2024? Where did the year go? I suspect in 11.5 months' time, many people will be saying, what happened to 2025? It's Christmas already. Maybe this year, though, you'll get to the end of it and for once you will reflect back on some of the amazing things you have achieved and hopefully the difference you'll have managed to make, however small that may be. The next podcast, Sustainable Networking, will be out soon. Do subscribe or follow me on your podcast platform of choice to be notified when it comes out. Thank you for listening and do enjoy the rest of your day.